All right, everybody. Tales from Flipside Monday night, 274, 73. Big news for the channel. I'll announce that during our news segment. What else we got? We got light news this week, but that's okay. I got the big announcement. Some of us, we went to Comic-Cons. I know Lake went to a smaller one. I went to Motor City. We got pickups. I got pickups to show you. I got maybe cool stories. And we'll get it going. So let's go. All right. Oh boy, everybody, look at this. People just joining. What's the announcement? We'll do it after a little bit. Just we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We're tickling asses with feathers.
That's what we're doing. I'm excited for it. I know a couple of people I've talked to about it are super stoked for it. Talked to a lot of other people, and I got positive feedback. So hopefully it's good. We'll see. I've been wanting to do this a long time. I didn't know what I want to do or how I wanted to do it, but I think I got it all planned out. But a little news out of the way first, and we'll talk about how I went to oh boy, where do I sign up? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Sign up where? Where do you want to sign up at? You let me know. First the man, so hopefully it's good stuff. We'll talk about this first. We heard this morning. I think it broke this morning. Veteran actor Ray Stevenson passed away at the age of 58. Unknown yet condition what happened, but obviously in Thor, Punisher, Warzone, huge movies, TV series, all that good stuff. So that's kind of sad this morning. Kind of a downer, but hopefully. What do you guys think? Best roles? Anybody got best roles for Ray Stevenson out there?
I remember him in Rome.
Yeah, Rome, right? Yep.
I'd probably go with Punisher. Warzone was the one for me.
Yeah. I didn't know I guess he was in The Irishman too. I didn't know that in 2011. I was looking.
Looks like he got a small part in Ahsoka.
Yeah. Here, I'll just let's do this so we can make it look better. Yeah. So Transporter. I remember he was in Dexter for a couple of years. So Black Sails. Book of Eli, I remember that. Book of Eli was dope.
Yeah.
So, good resume, great. So, interesting. So, sad stuff. Pretty light on news. I couldn't find anything else newsworthy, I guess you would call it. Hopefully I'm not skipping anything.
Well, I guess there's one thing I can mention. There's rumors that even with the strike that's going on, that Marvel's planning on putting a big showing together for San Diego, one to rival last year's and the pre-COVID one. So we will see what that looks like. But fingers crossed for some casting announcements and shit that we actually care about. So,
did you read it from here? This was like 4 days ago or something.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Hellfire tickets, Hellfire Gala tickets. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Jesus. Epic comic crossover events. Okay.
So, do you think? So with the strike, which I know limited about, but I'm familiar with, I guess the bigger parts of the topics. Even though they're going to do that, is it because the strike is you think is going to be prolonged? Is the reason why maybe they wouldn't go? I'm not sure why the strike affects that in specific.
Well, so
I just don't know.
Okay, so basically the actors have joined in solidarity. So everybody's joined in solidarity. So everything is stopped. So nobody's crossing the picket line. So actors aren't acting. Production crews aren't putting up. They aren't doing greens. They're not doing set design work. Everybody fucking basically is hanging out at home right now. My homeboy who works production has been hanging out, at the crib for the last, 2 weeks. So everybody has just stopped, and they're just until you fix this, nothing's moving forward. Nobody's shooting a goddamn thing unless you have scabs who are crossing the picket line. So that would affect the. I don't know. Somebody's who cares about the strike? Well, it affects some.
I do. I just fucking ask.
So basically, if like showing up to an appearance like that for the studio, like it's one thing to show up to do like a con because that's money in your pocket, different story. But showing up to do something in capacity for the studio is you, in theory, supporting the studio and kind of crossing the picket line. Okay. So that's why it's like that becomes a, how do you pull that off? I mean, don't get me wrong. Then they did a digital one when we were all at home for COVID. Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, like basically crossing the picket line would mean that like getting up on stage and them announcing that like here's our cast for Fantastic Four would technically be a violation of crossing the picket line and shit like that. So that's why it would negatively impact cons or D23 and shit like that, because you're showing up on behalf of the studio.
Yeah, so like I guess Warner Brothers CEO got invited to talk to Boston graduates, and they're all like, "Who wrote your speech? ChatGPT, pay your writers, all that."
Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah.
So, all right.
What else we got?
So there'll be 3D animated characters in Hall H, right?
Yeah.
That'll be it. All holograms.
Yeah. I went to Motor City Comic-Con. Nice logo. Look at that. Me being all graphic-y. So I went Motor City Comic-Con. I went Friday, Saturday, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I only went Sunday. It's the only day I really could go. Bumped into Comic Man Andy, so that was dope. Shout out to Comic Man Andy. We talked for a while just about YouTube, nature, stuff like that. And then we talked about other things. So Friday was good. It rained a little bit, and I thought, oh, that might hurt it, but I heard it like everybody got in and then it rained, so that was always great. Saturday it was bumping. People were getting bought out. Booths were getting bought out. Everybody was just didn't have any stock by Sunday. People had to reload, go home, go figure it out, go do something. I saw people with no books in front of their tables and people getting their walls bought out too. So there was an insurgence of money. I thought, with the economy kind of being a little down, comic market being kind of soft, we'll say in some aspects, right? It was insane. People were like, this is the best one ever. Now, I also heard too that, he showed me that too, Strong. We'll talk about it too.
It's on his Instagram.
That's so Comic Man Andy, so he was super stoked about this. He said he got a 9.9, so he's got like 9.9 fever now, which is amazing, which I thought was funny.
It's the worst fever to have, man.
I know.
It's an expensive fever.
So he got this Ahsoka book, which is sick. He said that Ashley has never done an A that big on a signature before. Nice. And he's like, oh boy. So he got it. He's going to get it submitted to CGC. He's waiting for what's going to happen. Obviously, I said it's dope no matter what. So
he got that all signed at the con.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
That's awesome.
And there was a witness for it.
Yep. Now CGC's not there, but they have people who witness. Dealers or whatever guys can witness.
Okay. All right.
Dude, they won't. There's no way. Like his wife cosplays as Ahsoka and stuff. Like, this isn't. This isn't going for sale for him. I'm just saying, even if he didn't grade it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He got a whole run of these books for X amount of dollars, and he did pretty well on it. So he was talking to me about that. I don't want to expose him, but.
Does Ashley typically? I have no idea. I don't know what her sick. I know you said the A is big. Does she?
Yeah, so the A is
pretty
like
cool
massive.
that she does the double Ashley and Ahsoka.
Yeah,
is that a common thing she does? Just curiously, does anybody know?
Honestly, it's the first time I've ever seen her signature on a comic before.
Yeah, same. I've never seen it at like 0% at all. So
yeah, hold on one second. Let me pull it up here. So she does. I mean, good. So let's do this. Hold on one second. So when she does signatures, it kind of looks like this. I'll pull this down, put this over. When she does signatures, it's okay. It's like that, but the A is like massive, and I don't think it's ever been on a comic book per se. I think she does big A's, but I don't think it's ever been on a comic like that. So
I see. She does do the double Ashley Ahsoka though.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
dope. Yeah.
Hey, did they say the types of people that were buying out these dealers?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not really. I tried to. I think it's a mix of other dealers, and I think it's a mix of people like me and Chris were talking about in the green room, kind of about how other people like come by and like buy out booths so they can take it to a con. Not dealers, but it could be just other people like us. You know, if you're really trying to do something.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen it at shows before. Like, I mean, on day one, if you've underpriced your shit, like somebody will come and clean you out and turn around and resell it. So
yeah, that happened to Comic Book Universe. My friend, I met him at last year at the show I was just at, Comic-Con Revolution, and they talked him into signing up. They're looking for more dealers for Comic-Con, so he got a deal there. So he paid me for like he subbed like 170 books or something like that, and paid me to get them done. Right? Let's just say it's like with the fast, you know, and I did, and everything is great. So he gets down there, gets down to Comic-Con. We're on preview night's Wednesday, right? So it's preview night. So it's preview night, and I get out there, and Torpedo walks over and buys him out. Now Torpedo's in Vegas, and I know this guy happens to live basically like Orange County, like halfway there, and he's like, "Hey, can we just meet at In-N-Out next time?" Right? So the whole booth is already and the guy prices really reasonably and flips stuff over really quickly. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, just like Chris said, all of a sudden your booth is gone. But I hadn't heard of that happening.
I mean, we got offered
to like a whole con on the level, kind of like you're talking about. Not at
I don't even know, dude. I think I don't know. People were. I was talking to Chris maybe about this too, and it's just a premonition. I don't really know. Maybe people aren't buying stuff at LCSs or eBay anymore or stuff like that, and they're waiting for cons to, you know, take their chunk of monies and just be like, I'm gonna go ball out at one con or whatever. But it was insane. I heard. I mean, I heard it was packed. Like I usually don't go on Saturdays too much anymore because I just can't deal with like walking one step every 3 minutes or people just stopping in the middle. You know, we all know I'm become an old man. So that's what I kind of did. So.
Did they maybe actually have good prices?
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about that too. So some dealers were out of the like. I saw a Lobo that was like a 5.0, and the guy wanted like $130 for it. And I'm like, oh. But then I saw people who were like had good prices. Like, I mean, it was fair. Like, I saw Mark Jewelers Hawk 181 CGC 2.5. He wanted $2,500 for it. I mean, that's not crazy. I don't think, right? I mean, it's not insane. Like, you know, it's not like it's $6,000 or something.
I mean, if you weathered the storm, like if you bought smartly or you bought back in smartly, like, you know, you're able to move books right now, or if you're willing to take a little bit of a loss and keep it pushing, like, you know, you're pricing stuff to get it gone and, you know, move on to the next investment. Yeah, I can see you doing pretty well for yourself again if you have that logic.
I heard a lot of dealers had a lot of so like a couple guys I know who are good friends of the channel. They were like, I got a lot of stock back home in the shop, man. I need to move it, you know. So I think people are just motivated to move it, you know. Like, I think, you know, after the COVID wave of hotness, I think a lot of people were sitting on a lot of books.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, a lot of people are upside down in books, and I think like if you have the ability to come to play, like, you know, from a seller perspective, there are dudes who are just like, I mean, I mentioned when I was at WonderCon. I mean, guys who are just stuck, like, you know, $5-6 grand over market price, $10 over market price, because they're just like, I'm just unwilling to take the loss. So if this other person managed to find one in the wild or buy one more recently at a reasonable price, they're only tacking on an extra 10-20% over what GPA values are. They're going to sell books because
I didn't see any crazy books either. I saw like regular keys, like when me and Z used to go to like Indianapolis back in the day, but not like hot modern trash that was on the you know, like every booth had like the hot modern trash. It was like straight up keys. Now again, I will say, lack of a better term, Motor City's not comic centered anymore. It's more guests, where it's like 45 rows of guests now for signatures, and like there was like maybe 20 vendors for comics, and then the rest of the crap was there, you know.
That's still decent these days, man.
Yeah, I know, but it's not like, it's not Heroes. I just want to make sure people realize it's not Heroes where it's just comics only and comic artists and, you know, yada yada.
I've been to some shows and there's like 5 vendors of comics, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
So let's talk about the big news to the channel. Everybody's so excited. Everybody, Did I get bought out by Fanatics? I hope so. That'd be kind of dope.
I'm
You know,
down.
laugh all the way to the bank.
Whatever.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. No, we're speaking about vendors and Comic Cons. So I'm proud to announce that I secured a location, and we're gonna throw. I'm gonna try to throw the first ever Flipside Comic-Con. So Saturday, August 26th. It's in Milford, which is like close to Michigan. I would say it's probably, I don't know, 30 minutes north of Detroit, kind of 30, 40 minutes north of Detroit.
Is it bulletproof vest country, or am I safe?
No, you're safe, dude. This is like, it's real safe.
I'll say Detroit's not even bulletproof vest country. There's nobody there anymore.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, it's real safe. It's really cool. It's Milford's like a small, like, I don't know, Clarkston. I guess it's kind of hard to do local people. It's like a really well-to-do sector. Like a lot of vice presidents of like auto companies live there, and like it's very downtown-esque. I'll put this down for a minute. I'll kind of show you.
Have you secured the guest of honor, which would be like our illustrious attorney who's missing in action?
He cannot come. I talked to him about it. He says he's
still in witness protection, huh?
Pretty much. So yeah, this is Milford, Michigan. So yeah, they have like a bustling downtown. There's like a lot of cool stuff, a lot of bars, a lot of restaurants. It's pretty.
I may have to fly out for the weekend.
Come up, man. Yeah, it's all good. So I mean, it
looks like fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Do they have enough booze for Sean to attend?
So it's a whole brewery. So yeah, so you come on.
Uh-oh.
It's a whole brewery, dude. And then there's restaurants around too, which is dope. So
can you get me a pass?
Yeah, if you want to. So yeah, so the thing too is I'm not charging admission. I'm doing like, I think I got to measure it out still, but I think I can get like 25 boots in there probably.
Right.
I can kind of show the space, I guess, if I forward this to myself.
Would you say 25?
Yeah, 25, not terrible. Hold on 1 second. Or send me pictures of the actual space. So
is there outdoor?
I can do it on
sometimes. Or I don't know if there's parking lots or
I can do it on the sidewalk kind of out there, which is cool too.
Okay.
So I don't know how many tables I can get on the sidewalk, but that's dope too. Hold on a second. For this thing, so. I'm sorry, guys. Say forward.
The only cosplayers could, if you're gonna dress as Mercenant.
Yeah, right. Okay, I guess I can't. Let me do this.
There'd be a lot of people with giant fake hands.
Yeah, right. Here, I'll show you this. So
a bunch of people holding golden age size books like this.
It's so this place is kind of funny. It's got it was like an old machine shop next door, kind of, and this one.
The CEO should have been better prepared.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't think people would ask about photos, but I can do it. It takes 2 seconds. I'm doing it right now. So.
That's all right.
But no, I'm super excited. I mean, me and George have been talking about this for a long time, and he wanted to do it like Pennsylvania, Ohio, which I get to. So basically, what I'm going to do too is, let me. Pennsylvania, Ohio, but I was like, man, like, how am I going to do it? Like, then I got to like really, if people are committed and stuff like that. I'm like kind of worried about that, but I'm worried about the foot traffic now. I'm going to try to do a lot of viral marketing, throw it up on Instagram, obviously. So this is the space, guys. So it's like an art studio, but it's like, I wish it was.
Fancy.
So it has like the bars right here. So that's the bar. It has like 16 taps on it, and then like this space is pretty big, obviously, and then this is the other side of it.
Yeah, that's a
so.
nice
Wait, so is that where the tables are going to be, or that's what do you mean? That's the bar?
No, that's the whole. So that's the table. So this place. So the brewery's on one side of this, and this place is like an auxiliary kind of banquet facility kind of thing, or you want like a hall or event center or something. So
okay.
So it's in the event.
Are they going to be selling beer during the con?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yes.
That's what we're planning on. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So the bar's right. The second bar is in the shack, we call it. It's like an art center.
That's the only reason they're letting him do it. Dude.
I know. The garage door lifts up so you can load and unload really easily. And then I think I'm doing like a kind of like a U shape and then some in the middle. I think that's how I'm gonna plan on doing it. And then the brewery itself, which I can pull up here. This is the brewery itself. See if they got pictures. So this is the brewery itself on the other side. Hold up.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of people making very poor business choices when it comes to buying books.
Yeah, it is. This is setting up for success.
Yeah, so this is the brewery. So this is the brewery itself.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and then the other side is the art center where they host a lot of stuff. They just had a big poetry thing there a couple weeks ago or last night.
So you're just doing this on a Saturday? Sorry.
Yeah, Saturday. Yep, Saturday, August 26th.
Okay.
I'm only going to do it. I think I'm going to do it twice a year. I try to do it in September, but he had it booked. I'm going to try to do one in April, theoretically, before con season, right? And do one in September when con season ends, and do it if I get enough foot traffic to do it twice a year.
Yeah, I mean, we got one like that here in Atlanta. That's a quarterly con that basically smaller setup actually, because they're in like they're in like a Marriott, like one of those little conference rooms. So that much smaller space. They go with the C bin or the U with with a bunch of like people basically kind of basically blocked out in the center. So they're like on an island in the center where people are facing out back to back with each other down the row. And I mean, hell, like Shelton shows up to that for a one-day con. Like seriously, like Shelton comes through. So you can still get, worthwhile names to come through for a one-day con.
Yeah. And then basically like, he's saying like, yeah, it's like, it's a little expensive in Milford. I'm not saying it's not the cheapest. It's a nice little city.
Keeps out the riffraff.
Yeah, right.
Did you guys?
And here's the beers.
I know what Sean's about to say about the $16 burgers. Have you been to California? I was like, that's its existence.
I know.
I just went to Shake Shack. We got 2 burgers, shared fries. Each got a drink. It is $45.
Yeah.
Do you remember the $5 shake? You remember the $5 shake in
I wish.
Pulp Fiction?
I wish the days were still around.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. How about Carl's Jr. the $6 burger?
Yo, I
It was like
$16 burger now.
There's a custard place down the street from me that just opened up that is basically like packed every day of the week because they open in the middle of summer, like brilliant or late spring, early summer. Yeah. And I went there and got a large custard. And that bitch was like $11. Yeah.
Dude, I go to McDonald's like seriously twice a year now, and I happened to be by one. I was like, all right, fuck it. Like the quarter pounder, double quarter pounder, medium fries, medium soda was $16. Right. and on the menu, so I looked at what their value menu was. So they did have like the 2 sandwiches for $4 deal, but small fries were $3.89.
Yeah,
I'm like, spend 11 cents to get 2 sandwiches. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I can deal with paying $16, but it's just nothing makes more sense, dude. There's no dollar menu more.
So they got like
Family Dollar. Everything starts at $4.
They got cans. Obviously, they got brewery. It's beer and wines or meads, I guess whatever you call it. No liquor, so just so everybody knows. But yeah, so you can get beers, you can get growlers,
marathon, not
wine,
sprint.
Yeah, right. Hard ciders.
Nobody can drink a whole tree.
All the apples.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. They're very cool about it. I appreciate it. They even got ice cream there. It's dope. Green Dragon ice cream bars are sick.
No, this should be really cool, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I just kept it real small. They're really giving me a good stuff. They're giving me hopefully good stuff, and then basically, yeah. So I don't know. I decided I'm going to do it. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully this one's good stuff. And, Sleepy John's coming up. So
I love a good one-day con because, I mean, like, people are, like, I picked up a lot of books just horse trading at my last one-day con. Like, these things are awesome. They're great, like, they're great for the hobby because, like, this is for people who actually want books. Like, this is an opportunity for you to trade out some shit. People are going to bring reasonable price, hopefully, books because they know it's people trying to fill runs. So if you're actually reading fucking comics, these are the type of cons you go to fill holes in your run. This isn't where you're gonna like buy a Hulk 181 or some shit like that, maybe. But like, no, this is the type of con. This is the cons that we grew up with, where it was like, I'm here to buy comics that I'm going to fucking read or that my kids might read. Yeah. Like, so this is great for the hobby.
So Milford, the community of Milford, there used to be a place called Dennis Barger. Of all people, let me know about this because I didn't even know about this. Shutters was a comic book store in Milford for a very long time. It closed its doors. I think there might be 1 or 2 still lurking around, but there's a lot. I was my wife has told patrons about it who were like in the comics, and people were pumped about this, like, you know, because I don't think people like want to go out to Motor City, no less, but like at a bar, you know, people like, and then there's a lot of foot traffic on the weekends that come dropping by, so I'm sure people just walking like, oh, what's this, you know, especially since it's free admission. I'm not going to charge admission or anything.
You
So
should probably offer the local shop a table. Probably get you some advertising.
Yep. I there's a couple of local shops I'm gonna call up and say, hey, I'll you know, and then it's cool because the community has a bunch of bars around it, and I'll just go there and drop like flyers, and they're really cool about that. It's like, hey, mind if I can, you know, throw some flyers down, and you know, so
Yeah, definitely want the locals to hopefully help you advertise.
Yeah, so good stuff. Yeah, so I'm super stoked about it.
And I like the shows like these because they're not intimidating for somebody that has like 10 boxes of their own comics,
right?
And not to set up, and so you're going to be able to work out better deals or trades, like Chris was saying with them, and same as you know, they're just going to more likely to be more reasonable and not intimidating, and also not cost prohibitive for them. They don't have to get rid of one of their boxes just to make their nut.
Exactly.
No, man, my first show I set up at was like, you know, I had 7 long boxes and a tiny little, I don't know, 4x6 wall.
Yeah, I remember those days. It was like, what are we doing here? As people had monster tables. I think too, you know, I'm gonna have pro dealers there. I'm gonna have like I'm a big mix, so it's not like everybody's gonna be like, you know, the pro dealer, yada yada yada.
Yeah, you get a couple nice names of some people that are gonna bring some high end books, and you get some guys that are gonna sell some of the common stuff. You can make some deals on, and everybody be happy.
Yeah, so I hope it's cool. I hope it's exciting. So that's all I really got.
How far? I'm sorry, from Detroit, like mileage or driving time.
Yeah, no, you're good.
For us West Coast geographically challenged people.
I got you. So if you're gonna fly to, we'll just say, here we'll do this. DTW to Milford, Michigan. 38 minutes. So not terrible.
Right.
It's literally, and that's kind of, you know, it's probably like 40 or 45. There's a lot of construction going on.
I mean, that's a reasonable lift ride, to be real about it. Like,
and
that won't break your pockets.
And then Waterford to Milford, like to my hometown, it's like 25 minutes. It's just because I live on Lake Road, so it's, you know, that's more expressway, obviously. So, but yeah, it's dope, man. It's a good time. Milford's like, so we're kind of like off the beaten path of like the square circle, but if you just walk down the street there, like 2 minutes, it's like the bustling downtown. There's a bunch of different restaurants there. So if that's not your thing, you can go other places too. But
I mean, shit, and also, I mean, Ann Arbor's right there. So if you're a Michigan fan,
Michigan fan, Ann Arbor's right there. You know, it's good stuff. So
isn't Ann Arbor the largest comic museum?
No, that's Michigan State up in
Michigan State. You're right.
Lansing. Yeah, so Lansing is sorry, I don't know why I did that. So Lansing's like up here, right there.
Yeah.
So
all right, I couldn't remember which one it was. I knew one of the Michigan universities had a huge.
Michigan State, it's cool. It's definitely dope. I want to go there and do an interview one day with a DA.
Yeah, and I mean, like, this is definitely like, you know, it could be a worthwhile make a weekend out of the trip, because, you know, people joke about Detroit, but like Detroit still like has its parts that are nice to hang out in, and restaurants and things like that. I mean, when I did the cross country drive back from Portland, like we specifically went to Detroit to you know, see where my partner, she grew up and she's from Detroit proper, so we were definitely around.
Just so everybody knows,
PNC Park, right? Is the stadium there, or am I making that up?
America,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice park too.
What's that super old bookstore? I mean, I bought from there when I was in Detroit. What's the name of that place? The Kings or something like that, or
John King book.
North? Yep. That is like I mean, if you get a chance to go in that place, like if you love like that old like used bookstore type experience. I mean, the comic situation was hit or miss, but I mean, I found some pulps in there. But it was a cool experience to be in a shop like that.
And you can see, I just typed in comic book stores near me because it's actually near me, obviously, and there's a ton of comic books. So it's like, you know, you can, like you said, make a weekend out of it and hit a bunch of stores and, you know, stuff. So no, I hope everybody shows up. I'm excited about it. You know, I'm doing some Facebook ads. I'm gonna put it on Instagram a bunch of times, so hopefully nobody kills me for spamming the Instagram. And then that's cool. Yeah, and I'll just mention it every couple times during the YouTube. And
it's probably hot then, right?
No, not August. August is, I mean, it's hit or miss. I think it's like 88. It could be 88, 90. But we have the big garage door and we got it open, so that hopefully it's nice and cool.
And you got cold beer.
And cold beer, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I was trying to do it like either. So next time I'll do it in April before cons and in September afterwards, or I didn't want to do it like some guy around here does it every month, every Sunday, and I'm like, man, that's way too much. And I didn't want to do it 4 times a year because I don't want
to. No, 2 times a year is good. You get too much going on.
Yeah. So, So that's my little deal. That's all I got for news or newsworthy stuff. So I'll turn it over to John Z for the market report. Now I want to say that the market report pictures were not the greatest, but that's okay.
Me or you?
You.
I cut them off?
No, you didn't. You didn't cut them off. The problem is I'll show you like one of them.
I didn't. I forgot to crop them.
Crop them.
I did them this morning.
I know. It's when you go to work like super early. I'm gonna get shit done and just completely fuck it up because you didn't make a cup of coffee.
I had a soccer game for my kid that got rescheduled tonight for about the farthest away in Indy from where we start. So it was an hour away.
It's cool, dude. I'm not worried.
So just it's gonna be a bit dicey for compared.
I think
to
I made it work. I hope I made it work.
So, you'll see what time I was doing pictures probably.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. I don't remember what I got. Captain Britain 1, high grade 9.8 sale. Haven't seen a ton of those moving, but there's more of these than you think for some reason. I think there's stashes of them. So, I don't know. I haven't heard any chatter on this book in a while, but it's one that wouldn't be surprising if it popped up.
And good to follow up since we covered it pretty hard.
Yeah, right.
A week ago.
We got to the bottom of the mask.
Yeah, we talked about the mask.
Oh yeah, the mask.
So the mask doesn't. So the mask we all thought was like a perforated thing, like kind of like the tattoos where like people ripped out, but they were actually just placed in there. And the glue, right? Yeah, it's a glue, right?
The rubber band.
The rubber band melted. There was no glue. It was never glued in.
Yeah. It wasn't glued in. So
I got one
dry
from
black shit from Van, right?
Yeah, Bagley, right?
No, from Denby, probably.
Oh, Denby. Yeah, okay. I knew somebody had them.
Yeah, so the black, that's just shit. I could actually scrape that off. That's just where it melted right there on this thing. And that's why this mask was on for a few $100 so you don't get the green label and stuff with this newsprint stuff. So.
Yeah, those are.
Anyway, I should put this back in the bag, I guess, because it's definitely going to get graded.
So this was the one that hurt. This Amazing Spider-Man. Or Amazing Fantasy 15 Turkish, the Sea Lord variant, the one with Miles and Gwen. At one point, this was selling for $900, $1,000. I sold several 9.6s and raws at $300. Man, if I would have seen this, I probably would have bought the damn thing. This is one of those ones I wasn't looking for and just happened to catch it on the back end. Somebody got a deal because that is a rare book. Not many 9.8s. Wasn't hard to get a 9.6, but 9.8 was tougher.
Would you have bought it if you saw it for that low?
Yes.
Okay.
Heartbeat.
Okay.
I mean, I sold my 9.8. I'm only sitting on a 9.6. I sold my 9.8 for. I got 6 copies of it when it originally came out before it went crazy. I graded them. I sold 1 raw. I graded 5. I got 4 9.6s and a 9.8. Sold everything but a 9.6 at this point, and I would have bought the 9.8 back at a third of the price.
Nice.
You just aren't going to get one. Several newsstands this week. Newsstand.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah. No. So this is where this intrigued me actually. So $3,000 for first Hobgoblin newsstand. $3,000 and change for the the infamous Wolverine McFarlane newsstand. Must have missed one.
Did I?
I was like, was there a 252 newsstand sale?
There was a black cat somewhere.
Oh, it's in there. It's this one.
That one. Oh, did I miss it? Okay.
It's
all of them $3,000. Which one of these are you taking?
252 because it has the tattoos in it.
I'm taking 194 just because of it being the older and harder of the 3 9.8s.
Is it that, or is it the the less newsstand of the Wolverine? Should be considerably rarer.
Yeah, except I've just come across more of the newsstand copies of that 340 in the wild, like good condition 194s, because like people really did beat the.
194 is a bitch.
Yeah, I mean the black, they were just beat up, and I mean again, like it's less to do with like that scarcity, that ratio where it's like newsstands versus direct edition. It's more so the fact that like again, anybody who's like been a part of this hobby, like buying a newsstand comic, like even until the day when it finally ended, where they were in places where motherfuckers did not care. Like every newsstand copy I ever picked up was on a road trip as a kid coming back from Disney World. And them shits got tossed in the backseat of the car, rolled up in my back pocket. If they weren't already jammed in like a bullshit like newsstand at a like Rite Aid or an
spinner rack.
Yeah, they weren't being taken care of. The motherfucker who was like putting them out could give two shits about preserving their condition because it wasn't a comic book shop. That wasn't what they were there and what they were about. So like just getting these things to survive, I mean, a book from early 70s to survive this long in a 9.8 condition when we had just started the process of worthwhile archival when it came to comics, like this one just seems to make more sense to me as you're just going to come across less of these in the wild.
I think it's overall probably the toughest of the books too, just newsstand or not newsstand.
Yeah, also true.
Yeah.
As far as getting that, as far as that 194 goes, like for me, getting just a 9.0 is a miracle.
Yeah. I had a 9.4 newsstand and thought I hit the goddamn lottery.
Yeah. Yep.
So, all right. I found that amusing. I don't think actually I saw the 252. So good. So that's a double going rate of the standard for the newsstand on that one. And that's the only time I actually the specialty label's like, okay, I get this specialty label. It matches the book.
Yeah.
Most of the time they don't feel like they do.
Seeing this makes me want to lift my my newsstand 252.98 and see what happens.
Yeah. Let's see. Some weird books this week though. Let's see. Something that I don't see very often. This one, I don't feel like I've heard from this book in 6 years.
That's a ghost.
Right? I mean, that book was nuclear for a while. It's still a pretty damn good price for.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
It's a tough 9.8. It's hard to press. It's the
press?
glossy shit that doesn't like moisture.
Oh.
It's
is it the thick kind of stuff? Yeah.
It's not. It's the glossy is almost easier. This is like I had to use like flat gloss or whatever. The kind that scratched. It gets super scratched to shit also.
Okay.
Yeah, so the back of that scratch is really easy. The front's not too bad. Yeah, it's just rough.
Yeah, it felt like a blast from 20 whatever year that was, 20.
Yeah, I ended up
18
with a couple. Didn't get 9.8s, but sold them for 4 figures, like 9.2s and shit.
Yeah, you hit a mother load on that thing somehow, didn't you?
Someone I know, but
yeah, I know. I recall.
Yeah.
Another kind of ghost that we don't see too often is this.
I think that's a good price, man. I mean, remember how nuclear was back in the day? And now, I mean, that's doable.
Yeah. It's still a little high for my liking, but
yeah, I mean, I found myself going back and looking at some of these old like ratio variants of the last like 15, 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, there's some that have had their day and passed, and they're settled at a price that's like, this is probably what the price is going to be close to.
I mean, I sold mine, what, 1,500 when did we do that deal together?
Something like that. Yeah, we did.
So it's not terrible. Yeah.
No, yeah, something like that. That was years ago. I haven't seen one of these in a little bit.
No,
I was gonna say I went back looking at what is it, ASM 800s, like the 1 in 500, the 1 in 100s, like books that I sold that I managed to get a 9.8 in. I'm just like, I kind of just want that book back because I love that cover.
Yeah, I want that book back.
I like. Yeah, I'll always be a variant fan.
I might go looking for a Granov to buy back. I sold all mine. I still like that one a little better.
Yeah, that's a sick cover too.
Sorry, one more Spider-Man I forgot about. This is also a blast from the past. Like a lot of blasts from the past.
That's all koi cakes right there.
Yeah, well, he stole that one from me. I was looking for this damn thing forever, and then he brought it up, and then it became Koi Cake's fucking book.
Yeah.
But I mean, I remember I bought one at 300, maybe 2, and then I sold them at close to 5 or 6, and I'm like, I might buy back at 3.
Yeah.
It just is a great looking book, not a variant, nothing key about it, just a great cover. And if you're gonna, put something in a slab to look at, that's a hell of one to look at.
I mean,
Yeah,
this is
100%.
definitely classic cover type stuff.
Yeah, a buddy of mine came with his like kid comics, and he didn't know. He knew shit from when we were a kid, but I don't remember if it's newsstand, but he had it, and it's got a 9.8 shot just randomly. So it's in my little pile over here for him, and I was like, told him the other ones would be worth something and whatever. And he sells cards on eBay, so he's not unfamiliar with things. Mm-hmm. And then, but this one, I was like, dude, no. I was like, this 400 or 500 in a 9.8. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold this for you.
I don't know how many copies of this damn book I bought. I mean, trying to find one. I finally bought it graded because I just couldn't fucking do it. I couldn't find one.
I won one and sold. I won one, I think, from Koi and sold it.
Sounds about right.
I got a funny story around this book. So one of these was, so my LCS here will occasionally, when they do their quarter bin blowout, will pepper books into like worthwhile, keys into the back issue bin so that people will pull them like, oh shit, look what was in here when I was doing dollar bin or quarter bin, like blowout type shit. And this was just one that was just back there and like was in one of the blowout boxes. And I mean, I guess they may have missed it, or maybe it was placed there. Who knows? But this guy gets to the register, buys it, and then starts gloating about like, oh man, you guys basically left a $40 key in the bag issue bin. And like proceeds to do that at the register, and I'm like, you are a regular here, like, and they have like looked out for you. That's kind of a shit move to do.
Yeah.
Well, and he's just like, and there's a lot of people at that time who like weren't really super familiar with the whole grading process, had learned the intricacies, but they, it was, I think, right before it was like 2019, so things were starting to pick up, and people were definitely on that whole like, I'm a great books king, and I'm gonna make all this money. And so, dude sends the book off. He values it at like non-modern prices, so he ends up paying like, I think, what was it?
No,
whatever the next tier up was it for. Didn't have the book pressed because he didn't understand the concepts of like, again, having books graded, like you press shit and things like that. So the book comes back at 9.6, and dude had like, he got it for a quarter, but ended up having like $60 in grading costs into the goddamn thing for it to be a 9.6. And I was just like, I'll give you $60 back. And he was like, I was like, dude, like, look at what they're going on eBay for. Like, and you're going to stand to lose 15 to 20, and you don't have an eBay store, so you're going to lose 20% of that. So I was like, I'll give you $60. I'll give you the $60 you had into it. Bought it for $60, cracked it, pressed. I'm pretty sure Sean pressed this fucking book. It came back at 9.8, and I was like, hey man, really appreciate that. 9.8. This is what you get for being an asshole and gloating at the register. Like, don't do shit.
Well,
like that.
I think you can not gloat, but be like, oh man, look what I scored in the bins. This is a sale. This is awesome.
Yeah, no,
like,
but it wasn't.
If
like
you
that.
do it in a positive way, then that's what they want.
Yeah, it was.
Don't do it like
man,
you guys
look,
are
you guys
idiots.
fucked up. I'm gonna make so much money off of flipping this. Like those were his exact words, and it's just like, and everybody's just looking at him like, you are an asshole. Yeah, like, this guy is a regular, has a pull list at the damn shop. I'm just like, that's a big move, homeboy.
Let's talk about.
I used to have a shop that I would like go in, and every once in a while I'd catch him sleeping on a book, and he'd see me bring it to the register and go, I missed that one. I'm like, yeah, that's it.
So here we go. Tales of a-holes. So I was at Comic-Con. I was promoting, a little Comic-Con we're doing, obviously. One dealer, I won't call him out because I'm not the type of dude, but whatever. He said that, quote unquote, you are killing the comic book market and business for us, bigger retailers, throwing your little shitty cons. So, Yep. So I got that feedback.
Yeah, and that dude can go fuck himself because again, like when I said Shelton, for anybody who's unfamiliar, like showed up to a one-day con here in Atlanta, I'm talking about Shelton from Heroes. Like the guy who puts on Heroes Con still shows up religiously to a one-day Sunday con in Atlanta in the lobby of a Marriott. Like, so that dude can go fuck himself because I'm pretty sure Sheldon has enough money to buy himself 3 times over.
Yeah.
But like he still has enough respect to show up to a one-day Sunday con in the basement of a Marriott.
I mean, it is 2 different things. The big cons are competing for. They aren't even doing comic sales most of the time anymore. They are competing for cosplayers and just merchandise vendors.
He asked me who was all going to be there, how big is the thing, what are you advertising? I'm like, bruh.
What was this? What was this on?
Motor City Comic-Con, some dudes, some vendor, some crusty old vendor. Just talking garbage to me.
Yeah, it's like this is actually good for the hobby, like dickhead.
Yeah. And
type it in the back chat.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, some of these guys, like, it trips me out. There's this one guy. I don't dig through his books. He kind of looks at me, or like, I don't know. Like we recognize each other, but he's at almost at least all the California shows that I go to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know the name. I don't care. I'm not gonna. He's a nice guy. He's just an old school comic guy. The fucking books are dirty as shit. Like if I even start digging, they're super tight, and so if I start digging in here, like my fingers turn black after like 2 fucking literally with dirt after fucking 2 long boxes, right? And I'm just all no. I don't need to get dirty. I don't know what he does, but like he's obviously been this guy sells comic books for a living, and I'm like thinking like, should I try to do this for a living? like seriously, all you just have cleaner books than this. Some of these dudes, man, and then you see the same jerks.
He was ripping on his employees too. He's like, yeah, I go because he had like we all know the short rack walls with like the slabs are like like if you blow on the wind they fall over. Like the long boys. I go, man. I wish they would make them longer. He goes, yeah, I don't like how they fucking set it up, but they set it up, so I really don't care. I'm like, oh boy. Oh,
just like at this point, man, just like sell it to somebody else who actually wants to still do this shit. Like, you're just angry at the world. You probably hate your customers. Like,
gatekeeper, man.
I mean, like, I was talking about this with somebody about the people who are bad ambassadors for the hobby, and it's not even about like because like one shop I was talking to about somebody moving a little too like basically a shop like is having to move out of the location they're currently in, and they opted to move way too goddamn close to another shop in the area. And the thing is, like, that shop's not even worried about it. They're just like, nah, it's not about the competition because we crushed it. It's about the fact that we don't want bad ambassadors that close to us because they're the type of shop that would, basically shit on a 5-year-old who comes into the shop, and now that kid never wants to buy a comic again.
Right.
It's like those are the places that ruin this hobby. That like you just like they got a reputation across the hobby is like, nah, you don't really go in there. Like that's not a place you want to spend your money. They treat people like shit. They don't really, want to be in this business anymore. They just want your money.
Yeah, my wife almost told him to fuck off too, but she goes, I was just being nice. I was like, yeah, I was just gonna be like, yeah, that's cool. I got you, dude. Nobody do.
Yeah, nah, fuck you guys.
Yeah. I mean, we've only done a handful of shows together. I mean, but we spend so much time thinking about, what's the experience going to be? How we, where are the customers going? How are we setting up? Why are we doing what we're doing? And it's like, this is easy stuff, guys.
Yeah.
We're not fucking geniuses.
Yeah.
Where'd the spice rack go?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, the spice rack. I'm going to ship it to Dino.
Do it. I'll fucking prominent. I'll put it on the bar. I don't give a fuck.
This is the infamous spice rack. Get a picture.
You should. I'll charge people for it. Fucking asshole.
The worst one to me are the stores when you go in, and let's just say say it's an afternoon on the weekday or something, and it's completely empty, right? And there's like probably the owner. You can usually tell. You just by age or what they're doing or whatever. You mean they don't even say hi. They don't do anything, and there's no music or TV on, and they're just working like you're not in there. And it's so fine line because I want to be left alone, but I don't want to feel like super awkward. Like, am I welcome in here?
Yeah, you don't want to
do you want me to buy something? I have no idea. And I end up just leaving. I don't know if it's just me that I need like background noise for things.
Yeah, for me, it's like when I do cons, like you all been there when I do cons. It's like, hey man, hey, how you doing? You looking for anything? And then basically, if you say no, I'm just browsing, I just leave you alone, and you do your thing. But I acknowledge that you're here and your existence, and then you just do what you need to do.
Yeah,
good enough for me. Good enough. That's it. Just bro, I'm welcome here. Don't just look at me. You know,
right?
There was a local store that's now out of business here. There's some dude tried to, and if you see where I live, there's no one has any business opening a collectible store in the city. I'm outside bigger cities, but like there's 5,000 people here, and this guy opened a Funko store in like not even where our main shopping centers are. It's in like this industrial side that has a like a nail thing that everybody knows about and a dog groomer on the front, and on the back side there's like a defunct somebody tried to open a karate thing there or something, and he tried to open like a Funko shop, and I went in and it was big and it was really nice. I'm telling, he's selling it's all his PC stuff, everything. I mean, it's just absolutely great, but there's no reason to have a brick and mortar there, like your laundry money, but like there's no reason to have it. And I'm thinking, and I go in there and I'm like, well, this is cool. Maybe there's something I could do to like help this guy out. Like what, you know what I mean? Just collectibles. So if you had enough of the stuff that I'm interested in and other toys and shit like that, you know, and I even posted some of the stuff on my Instagram and then it's like, oh, like, dude, just too busy. And it's the same thing in there. So they go in there like 2 times and I'm like, and he'd even just go in the back to do whatever he's gonna like do, and I'm like I literally walked in with the intention of like trying to like help him locally. I have, you know what I mean? I got a Funko collector niece around the corner, who, you know, she's probably 12 or 13. This a little bit ago, 12 or 13 years old, that is into this. To buy her all this stuff. All her friends like all this shit. Didn't know it was there, and the only thing she collected at the, you know, she's moved on. The only thing she collected was Funkos, and didn't know there was a fucking Funko store like in our town, you know. And I was like, oh, her parents love when I told her, like, so like, God damn it, like, sorry guys, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I don't understand some of these people, but I know damn well why he's out of business.
You shouldn't be in retail.
Yeah,
no, or sell that shit on the internet. Like I do. I don't want to sit in the store all day and talk to people. I really don't.
I mean,
you know.
So I mean, again, it's one thing to like have been in this hobby for like, you know, 20, 30 years, 40 years or something like that and get like that. Like, I'm not excusing it, but it makes sense. Like, but like for you to open up a new location and just like the social skills of like how to properly interact with a customer, that's inexcusable. Like you should have like taken some like basic like business like acumen 101 type courses, like, you know, before you got into this. If you didn't understand that, like, yes, your people need to like greet people when they walk in the door, not harass them, but acknowledge that they fucking like exist and ask them if they need help with anything, let you know, and then go back to letting them do their thing. But like not acknowledging them at all and like not coming up from the bullshit like bags and boards like creation that you're doing at the moment or some random other bullshit like that. Like, no, like that's where you establish that you are a bad ambassador for this hobby, and people are going to remember that about you.
Don't worry, at Flipside Comic-Con, I'm going to shit on everybody who comes in. No,
I mean, Dino's going to tell you they're there. I mean, he's going to shake everybody's hand. He's going to.
I shake everybody's hand. That's how I kill. That's how
the red fucking jacket's going to be on, and the fucking chain's going to be there. And...
Hey, dude, be drinking tea with honey for a week. I don't want you losing your fucking voice again.
I know, it's fucking brutal that day.
I was like, Dino, I thought you were going to sell all my fucking books. You couldn't even talk.
Hey, we do. It's like, all
right.
I won't have a kill zone there. We won't. I don't think I'm going to set up because I'll be shaking hands. Being the masters of ceremony, but we'll figure it out.
Get somewhere for our backpacks. That's all.
Hey, don't worry about it.
All right.
Okay.
A couple more books.
Yeah.
Then we'll move to pickups then. A couple of fucking really nice, famous, funny Rosettas. 2 of the best, even.
Yeah,
and this
nice.
one looks nice. I didn't dig through all the pictures, but man, just sometimes you're buying for the front presentation. That is a nice price for a nice looking copy. This next one, though, blew my mind. This is actually not my favorite, but man, people pay the most for this bastard.
Yep.
It is gorgeous on a nice copy. I've never had a nice copy like this, so maybe that's why it's not my favorite. I've always had beat ass faded ones, but man, 5,700 for a raw.
Wow,
fucking gorgeous though.
Oof.
I mean, I think the issue is the colors on this on a really nice copy just make it amazing.
I mean, it's got spine takes with wazoo, but who cares? The colors are deep.
I mean, I don't know. You just don't see any high grade ones ever sell.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some, but they don't trade hands much. Another interesting one, the Miss America Patsy Walker one. Don't see too many of these. It's not a super nice copy, but presents pretty well for 2K. Or two more I wanted to just highlight because they were neat. This is a bitch of a book. Predates Captain Marvel Adventures #1. This one is, quote, lightly restored. There is rice paper, which means like the fill paper they put in it. There's a married centerfold. It goes a little TLC, like a press and clean will make it just so much better. I don't see any other restoration other than the rice paper filling and the married centerfold. The listing crack him, but it is a rare ass book. It is a tough fucking book. So
Great
cool.
cover.
I haven't seen this movie, so I don't understand it. But man, this book seems to sell very well. This Terrifier comic.
It's a Rick Dotson special.
Those movies are fucked up, man.
Yeah.
I haven't committed to them because I'm not sure I can handle it.
It's all, dude. It can be a lot to be.
Yeah, that's where I think I'm at. I
watched on mushrooms. I don't know if that was the right idea.
Feels like a terrible idea. Terrible idea. A couple Spider-Man books just because there was a rash of them. So 1500s floating for the 9.8 first miles. Then we had the Ultimate Spider-Man Shelley for 1100. It's not where it peaked at, but it's still a pretty solid price.
I sold a 9.6 for more.
Yeah, I mean it peaked at what, 3K maybe for 9.8.
Something. I don't know.
And then this bastard.
God damn it! Sold that for 200.
Yeah, this is just the image from the movie. Just has like made it iconic, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's a
and
hell
1
of a
in 50, dude. That's tough.
Yeah, I mean it is a pretty fucking cover. I'm not gonna shit on it. I don't care.
Awesome.
This one will make Dino cry a little bit.
I hate that book with a passion. I almost refuse to put it on the list.
Any of you that go to the Flipside Con, have Dino tell the fucking story.
I didn't want to talk about it.
Fucking book. If Dino ever had a Paul's problem, that's it.
That is my book. That and my Action Comics 252 are probably the two books I hate the most.
The Paul's problem of Dino. Dodson sent this one. I hadn't actually. I missed this guy.
Yeah, it's cool though. So.
I don't feel bad. I had a 5.5. I sold like 4 years ago, and I got like $1,000 on it. And I thought, oh man, I missed the boat on this book. It's going up, but it's not crazy. So it's a tough book. You should sell it near Christmas, not near fucking summer. But well, what are you gonna do? These books with the Christmas theme, they do so much better than the holidays. So, but list that bad boy Christmas to New Year's. All right, I think that's all I got tonight.
Cool. Good stuff.
Hold on.
That's it.
Yep.
So pickups. I don't know. You want to go first? Since I got a small pile, nothing massive.
I just got one book, so whoever.
Yeah, you go first then. Since you got one book.
I don't think I have it sitting behind me right now, but I finally picked up the Mexican book to the original art I bought, the Phantomus with the aliens and fucking robots.
Oh, that's sick.
I thought it was fucking. I love the art. The guy sold it to me for like super cheap. I mean, it's a tiny book. This is one of those digest size ones, but I really just wanted it to just say I had it.
Is that easily findable? I guess I don't know.
I've been looking for 6 months to find one, and it popped up.
Okay.
I don't think it's like valuable rare. I just don't think they get listed somewhere where Americans can buy it. Mm-hmm. It's a completely Mexican superhero Phantomus. I mean, but he's run. I don't know. This is issue 200 and something. It ran for hundreds upon hundreds of issues. So it is probably in Mexico a culturally relevant character and popular enough. I just don't think it sells for enough money for us to see copies pop up.
Yeah.
So it's a nice looking copy too. So that was a bonus for me. I just wanted it to display at some point.
Cool.
So
it does make it.
Well, so one book I can look like Carter.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. I'll go next, I guess. So I picked up a multitude of things. Carter will be happy and disappointed at the same time. So some guy was doing art at a booth, and I got this for $40. So.
Oh, that's a nice looking one.
Yeah. So it's a sketch cover, obviously, and he did the sketch on it. I can't remember the guy's name. I got his card, I think, but
it's a good price for a nice little piece.
Yeah, he's out of Grand Rapids too, so it's dope. You know,
I like it.
He said it was good. He had a Spawn. He did pretty decent on, but I didn't pick it up.
Are you inviting any artists to your con or no?
I thought about it, but then I'm like, I'm kind of worried a little bit. Like, you know, I mean, maybe I know there's a couple local guys if they want to.
I would just say if it's a friend of the show, maybe
Yeah.
not anybody random ass.
My wife picked up Scotty Young variants because that's what she does. I didn't pay $100 for this, but just random Scotty Young stuff. Nothing too crazy.
You should see if the missing Flipside member who never showed wants to go to your con.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
He's not too far.
No. So those are those. Now to the better stuff. I actually bought
John Brown.
Yeah.
John Brown, the infamous fifth
Carter?
Beatle, so to speak.
Never made the show.
a little 1988
damn.
WWF magazine.
I got one.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
garage. That's awesome.
Jacked, fucking yoked. So yeah.
24-inch pythons.
So I bought that. That's cool. I got that for pretty much free from Greg. You know Greg? Have you met Greg? He kind of like does cons around the area. Look at this boy. So a big souvenir program signed by all these people. So Miz, Taz, Randy Orton, Coachman, Kane, William Regal, Taz, yeah, everybody. So
That's bad. For $100?
yeah, so I got this and this for $100 total because Greg's the man. Greg takes care of me.
Dude,
so.
that I mean, it takes
I'm
so
like,
long to do those
because
gigs.
he didn't pull this out. I go, how much for the magazine? And he pulled this down instead of this down, and he said $100. I'm like, sick, dude. So,
Damn.
and they're all. I don't want to open it up, but they're all on the pictures.
That's awesome.
And then last book, $200.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so it's just the covers. It's the. But I was like, so I didn't buy $200. I think he gave it to me for $160. But I thought, hey man, I mean,
you need to just keep a
Find the
fucking
cover-
permanent
find the
search
cover
for
list.
for a
Right, so-
coverless copy.
so that's what I was
Find
thinking.
the
So I talked to George about this, and I was like, yo, what do you think? He's like, I mean, he's like $160. I told him what I paid for. He's like, that's smart. And then find a cover list. If you can find a cover list of this book, it'd be perfect. And and it's still attached the back and front. So he had this. He had Panic
It's not going
13.
to happen fast, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, so he had this Panic 13. He had a bunch of other Golden Age books that I really didn't want to really fuck with, but this one was like, I was like, dope. I go, where'd you get it? I was some collection this dude had. So
What number is that?
13, Mr. Mystery 13.
Yeah, hell yeah. Just you can wait that one out. Somebody will pop up.
Yeah. So if not, I'll just throw it in a slab, and who gives a fuck, right? Or just keep it
I
raw.
wouldn't slab it, but fucking yeah, that's a nice little display piece. Nothing else.
And it's like I'll take this off too.
You can just put that in a frame.
Well, that's
and
the other
nobody
thing
would
too.
fucking know.
Yeah, so that's the thing too, and it's like really well preserved and stuff like that. So I mean, it's like I haven't opened it and like took the back
Colors
out
are
of it.
nice.
Yeah, so for a front piece, it's great. It's not missing any major pieces. So
No, you had a comic size fucking frame and you could put it in. Nobody'd fucking care.
yeah, so that was my pickups. I didn't go too crazy. My wife bought like a chia pet and other stuff. I had to drag her out of there so she didn't spend all our money. But you know, that's how she is. Everybody knows my wife. She loves art. She bought a bunch of prints. I'll shut them here in 1 second. Let me get a little second. She bought some prints. They were cool.
She does fall for the prints. It's her weakness. We lost him.
He got lost. And
Should have knocked himself out.
I don't know.
he got
I
buried
don't know what we're
underneath
gonna
the
do
pile.
here with these. I think we're gonna.
He
hang
still
them in
got
the house.
Paul's
Those
pile
are
there?
total, psychos, but it's okay. So, I don't mean so. So like, So Michael Myers out there.
Cool.
And, yeah.
Well,
And,
Norman
That's
Rockwell
fucking creepy.
Bite. Yeah.
Uh,
Double Norman Rockwell bite.
yeah. That one. Then she bought this one.
People just printing out AI these days, huh?
This guy, I don't know. He does them, and then this one for Freddy Krueger.
Huh.
Yeah. So he signed them
AI
off.
art's going to be interesting, man.
Yeah. So he signed them all for us for free. I think they were like 2 for $20. So I mean, who cares? We'll put them in a frame and.
Yeah, they're actually pretty cool. I like them.
Yeah, that's my wife. She's like, I'm buying these. I'm like, I know. You know, when she says that, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do when that poor kid's like going, why are there so many scary things on your wall?
Oh my god, she's trying to make my kid a serial killer, so it's fine. No, it's cool. Yeah, so that's what I got. Who else got next? Anybody got next? Who got next?
I got it. I got to drop off pretty soon.
Okay, I got you.
All right, so couple pickups of like raw books because I've just not been buying raws like that. So we got a little 266 action.
Hey, I got a 5-0 for you.
Dino's foaming at the mouth.
Nice. It's not a new stamp, bro.
Bought this when we were down in Savannah. High grade copy of Spider-Verse 2. I'm kicking myself because I'm like, I feel like I should have, I was like, if I'm gonna pull the trigger on this book, it's like either buy it after the movie comes out or buy it comfortably enough before that I could have like done something with it. But whatever. There's a sequel plan, a sequel to the sequel.
Yeah,
and then these all came in together. So we got a 298.
Oh.
299.
Oh boy.
300. And 301. All from the same shop, all from the same collection. I'm just a sucker whenever I see these. They sell well. I mean, they always seem to grade out 90 or better, and people are willing to spend, $100 to $150 on them. So I grab when I get them. And this is the piece they resist on. So everybody remembers that that X-Men 4 6.5 white pages that was super clean that I bought at WonderCon or traded for at WonderCon. And I was like, man, like this looks like it's heavily undergraded. Well, guess what? It was, because now it's an 8.0.
Damn.
Nice, dude. Good stuff.
So they don't always work out that way, but I'm always happy to show off the ones when they do. So yeah, I mean,
that's a
press clean action.
Now.
Turn this book into an 8.0.
That's got to be rare error. Somewhat.
We're getting there, but unfortunately, though, with everything they did with the character, either what they've done or haven't done with the characters that are prominently featured in that book, it's like that's like a $5, maybe $6 on a good day book at this point. When just last year before they tanked the Scarlet Witch character, it was a damn near $10 book. Like not even like COVID prices. It was up there pretty good before Multiverse of Madness happened, and then it was like, better get some X-Men stuff, or else nobody really gives a shit about this book no more.
I think you can sit on that a while. It may have some more legs.
I mean, honestly, like for the value that I've gained in it bump-wise, I'm going to use it as trade bait. So it's either going to be trade bait at so somebody was asking in the comments if anybody's going to be at Heroes Con. I'll be at Heroes Con. I've got a box of trade bait type stuff I'm taking with me. So, and that's an easy con because it's a 4-hour drive from Atlanta. I can load up the trunk of my car and just basically just keep going back to the car, putting stuff in my backpack and just walking around the booths being like, are you interested? I'll work out a trade. And usually people are pretty good about it.
Yeah, I was going to do that at Motor City, but I didn't want to bring all the slabs. I saw a guy. You guys are going to laugh. Saw the guy with the pull cart.
The pull cart guy.
Had a bunch of boxes. I didn't want to be that guy either, but I could have been.
Well, it's different. You put like 8 slabs in a backpack. That's different.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like that. I think I mentioned this bag before, but it's the. There's the one that like Jim Lee bagged for a minute. That was like a slab bag that you could get a decent number in. But the Noble, like their workout bags that zip up from the back. Yeah. I've gotten as many as like 18 slabs in that thing comfortably without damaging them.
Leg, how many did that one fucking bag you had have? 28? Yeah.
Something like that. But
I just remember you sold me 2 books cheap because the new CG slabs were like,
they were thicker than I measured the old ones
a 32nd of an inch bigger, and you're like,
they were all on site. Yeah, so that was it.
I mean,
but that wasn't like
28 or 30 fucking slabs.
Dude, that was a Osprey Porter though. That's like an expensive like traveling bag. You know what I mean?
I
backpack Europe with that thing.
I took the Comic-Con. I think the comic bag I bought from Puerto Rico there. It was when I got the new bag from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
It worked out great, man. I unzipped most of it, so it's like 2 bags that came apart, and then I left that one at home because I didn't need it, and I threw 2 short folios, and it was dope. It went great.
Nice. But yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, cool.
A little light for this week.
Yeah, Carter, anything?
Catch me next week.
Like?
Do I keep missing the shows you show shit off?
Yeah.
Yes.
Usually does something. That's one of his only donuts right there.
And you got a bunch of stuff too, right?
What, me? No, I got some. No, I got a little tiny stack of raws right here.
Okay, I don't know.
But I did have this thing, so I guess I can pull it out. So I'm walking by and I look and I go, "What the fuck is that?" And so they had a tag. I don't know why I let them take the tag off.
I remember this kind of.
Do you? I never heard of it. So they say it's the first ever Venom advertisement, but it's not. It does not predate. 298, 300, whatever the hell the rest. I don't believe this is the McDonald's bag. So it's a Happy Meal bag.
Oh.
And it said like that. And he had it for $10. And now there, and I'll try to tell the story tomorrow night. And then they had it on there. I don't know why they took it off. Let me see. I didn't take it out. I just bought this yesterday. So Comic-Con Revolution was yesterday. Met up with Sean Big Clutch over there. We just wandered around for a little while. Not a big show, and they're Cali. It's Cali, so I know the dealers, and so I kind of not that you. If you're willing to dig, of course you're going to be able to find more shit. But like some of the dudes, I don't want to be a jerk. I just don't want to. You don't want to. Some of these don't feel like dealing with. It's probably petty of me, but they just want to rip people off. So yeah, so we got a Happy Meal bag.
Huh.
With Spidey here. I've not even checked eBay. I don't know how rare this thing is. Oh, we'll drop off on there. Nice.
There's a lot of listings. Not terrible.
There?
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot I wouldn't even think to look for.
It looks. I mean, this thing is clearly like uncirculated, brand new.
Yeah,
and $10 in my hand is good enough for me.
Yeah, you pay half that for shipping, man.
So there's a lot of 7 here for like $40, but some of them are like pretty beat. It's not like the greatest, but I mean, do you think you can press those? Is that you can press them?
I can press anything.
Yeah,
paper, but yeah, you don't need to. But you can't grade it. It's taller than a comic book. Like if you can kind of see the bottom of the bag here.
TGC, listening, McDonald's bags.
Yeah, CGC.
You can tell that it's bigger by you can see right there by about that much. So anyway, pretty cool. Venom, I'll just throw it on the wall over there.
It feels like a McClay item to me, man. That feels like something he
owns. Yeah, it is a McClay item for sure.
Yeah, so pretty cool. Look at the bottom; it's kind of cool. Spiderwebs even actually decorated the shit out of the things.
And that's a QR code before a QR code, dude.
Dude, that's just one of those things I wouldn't ever fucking think about. It's kind of cool.
Well, where the hell would you see it? Oh. You know what I mean? I don't know. Except from this guy.
Yeah, for $10.
There's a good dealer. Really clean booth, actually.
Anytime you don't have to change the bag, buy it. That's a good day.
Yeah, true story. Jesus.
So people that I like to dig with, Dream World because they're cheap. So this is the guy that I got the Something Is Killing the Children from. So there's like
so like fries.
Oh no, wait! Did I say Something's Killing the Children? I meant Strangers in Paradise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So if you go, he has normally priced books. If you buy 10, they're 50%. No, he calls them 50% off, but it's not the fake 50% off like a furniture store.
Yeah.
It's like already low price because he's kind of Jesse James in that way. He just likes moving books.
Yeah,
and so he buys collections and stuff. So and then you get 10 at 60% off, and then at that point you're not arguing too much. But then you're like, I have cash, and then it's like even closer. So all this shit is just cheap as shit. And I do check for the grades. I hope Preston grades. 198 out of his stash will get back for all I fucking paid for him. Yeah. So we've got the Tomb Raider Hughes stuff. Still buying on the High Republics, and this is the variant which was listed at $10.
That's the one in 25, right?
Yeah. So for $4, like I'm not gonna leave 125. This I don't even know what he charged me. I don't care. I happen to find them, so I gotta check. So this is Justice League 11 and 12, just in the same bag, no board. Both newsstand.
Okay.
So this already sells, and I know he's gonna do. They're not going over cover price. He's not gonna charge me for both. The 11 I could give a shit about, but he's not going to take it out. And they're both newsstands, so it's kind of cool that they're together.
Yeah, the 12th
So that was the
newsstand would
first
be
one I found there.
a few bucks. Easy.
Yeah, same. And again, for more than half off, the sells for more. That Mace Windu 5, which is the modern Ahsoka or whatever, that thing I've been selling. So, and I think a gradable copy. Again, a high grade Deadpool one. So you're in it like $20 on these things. So I don't never leave them.
No.
Yeah, that's insane. The same for a couple bucks on these, the Spirits of Vengeance bags and boards. I'll just keep stacking these ones. Same thing. They're like 8. Like this is 10, so it's $3.50, $4. I just grab any of the X-Men's in 100s. Any X-Men in 100 that are what I think are like high grade, and they're super super clean. And in a few bucks, I'm not gonna grab them out of the back. You know what I mean? And same with this for like less than, I guess, cover price set of the Gwen series here, of the Miles and Gwen stuff. Those
are cheap lotto tickets.
Yeah, exactly. And again, just plug them 9/8. And then so I'm going and then because I'm never gonna stop pulling the spawns out to look for the newsstands. So 91,
pretty much any image newsstand,
25, any image newsstand, 25. And this is one of my grails is this. It's one of my favorite covers, literally, of all time. Is somehow pulling a 9/8 of number 7 newsstand. Because you can get a 9/8 in this book. It's not tough. There's a million copies out there. I think I got Doc Joe to a 9/6 on one. He did put Very Fine Near Mint on here. I'm not finding everything. I haven't looked at the back, but for a few bucks on those newsstands.
Yeah, gamble.
Yeah, and same with this one was bigger. He had this. This was even the wall books were too. I didn't grab too much off the wall. They just weren't what I wanted. So a Gambit Gold with the he's got his Near Mint Plus. I don't see like there's no ticks or anything. So I think this about 200 raw. So whatever that ended up working out to, $80, $70 or something like that. If you do the math on all of them, even a graded copy on this one. And I don't give a shit. I love this book.
Yeah.
I'm not, the days of finding them for $10 are generally over.
That is like 8 years ago.
Yeah. So no big, nothing big. But just for wandering around con, just for some stuff that I'm going to grade, and not finding any super bargains or anything else besides those. Those were my only pickups, or unless I got some stuff from Sean, but it's in the other room. I'll show it next week.
Cool.
All right.
Cool. All right. I think that's it. I gotta get on the emails, email some people. No, if you want to, I did say in the thing, if you do want to set up at the Comic-Con, just hit me up on Instagram or email me at flipsideceo@gmail. Really, Instagram is probably better for us on the channel.
What was that, Chris?
Chris has something he wanted to mention.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, so we're getting to that time of year again when, especially since I'm about to move, I'm just like, I've got a lot of stuff that's in boxes that's actually somewhat worthwhile. So I'm running a semi blowout sale, so 20 slabs. Over half of them started at 99-cent auctions, and we're talking like, not the highest grade, but an 8.0 copy of Uncanny 266. Let's see. Grab the box of stuff falls. Couple 99-cent auction. Let's see. Newsstand copy of this guy. It's 9.2, but somebody will appreciate it. Started at 99 cents. And then also, a little Darkness 1 action, 99-cent auction. First Jubilee. Second appearance of Blade, 6.0, 99-cent auction. So again, just trying to clear out some stuff.
Don't want to move it.
This guy, 99 cents. So
that's a badass book.
So again, just stuff like that. It's like, Oh, and then Sean gave me the idea to move these two before the movie comes out. So both of these are 99 cents. First Spider-Punk.
I'm starting those at $1 on Sunday also.
Yeah. So again, if you are interested and you want to support me, by all means, please check out Colbert's Comics on eBay.
Look at that! Bang!
I appreciate it. So things have already started to move up slightly. Some of them are still where they are, but again, hey, if you're the lucky one, like I'm not an asshole. I don't cancel sales. So I've had books just 99 cents, and hey, you just got a $40 book, a $50 book for 99 cents. Enjoy.
It cool. Sucks when it happens, but sometimes you got to do it.
Yeah, I had 2 books end at in the same auction for $1.25 on Sunday.
Ugh.
That was fun. Not a big deal. They're moderns. I paid cover price for, so I don't really give a shit. But I was like, really? Nobody. All these watchers, nobody thought like $8 was good.
Yeah. It's the worst.
Yeah. So
$6 shipping, $1.25 comics.
Yeah. So, anybody who wants to support, hey, they're out there. By all means, please, bid, support. I will, definitely appreciate it. So,
cool. Yeah, that's all we got, I guess. I'm just thinking about everything else that's in my life. Oh, I sold Paul's collection finally. I did an update. I got out on my Paul's problem as quick as I got into it. So,
did you get what he wanted?
A little less, but I just told him to take it. Don't Paul it up for me.
Close enough for government work.
Yeah, So. I told him, I said, what are you going to do, Paul? Like, you got to take it because I don't have room for this stuff. So.
Wait, what are you going to do? So block him out? Fuck, yeah. Man. It'll take years.
Yeah, I know, dude. He's supposed to bring another set to me.
Oh,
so
God.
We'll see how that goes.
Paul, tell him just to bring it to the show in August.
Yeah, I should tell him that, actually.
Paul's always fun when he sets up.
Everyone's excited. Like you said, if people want to set up, hit me up on Instagram. No big deal. Tentatively, I think it's like $40 or $50 a table, so it's not terrible.
That's a good price.
Yeah, it's cheap. So I'm not here to make money on people. I'm just here to have a good time and shake hands and kiss babies and stuff.
My local show's like $80-$90 for a fucking table.
Yeah. I think that's it. We'll catch everybody next week. Think about everything else. Counting down to SummerSlam, me and Carter. I'm counting down the days. I gotta go get the tattoo done.
You better get that tattoo moving.
I gotta get the tattoo moving. I gotta talk to some people. So.
It's just gonna be an outline by August.
I know shit. I'll fucking crayon myself. Yeah,
he's gonna have one black dot.
Yeah, it's gonna be brutal. No, we appreciate it. We thank everybody. I'm excited for the announcement. I hope everyone else is excited as well. And we'll talk to everybody later. So,